Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Hope you had a good Monday. We're starting the week off right. And started my devotion time this week looking at the Last Supper. And when the Last Supper began, the disciples talked about the Passover. Where are we going to prepare the Passover? So the Last Supper, we need to understand, represented the Passover. And I wanted to look at that because the Passover was based in Egypt when the children of Israel, when God wanted to deliver them out of bondage, and not only deliver them out of bondage, but He wanted to get them out of where they were into the land of promise. Now, if you look at the plagues that happened in Egypt, every one of them bypassed Goshen, where the children of Israel lived. But the last plague, which God said that He would execute judgment, and all of the firstborn of man and animals would die, that one would not pass over Goshen. And so the commandment came to the children of Israel that they would have to take a lamb, and they would have to keep it, and then they would have to eat it, kill it and eat it, and take some of the blood and put it on above their door and around their porch posts. And the death angel, when he would fly over, if he would see the blood, then he would pass over their house. So it took a lamb and it took blood in order for God to pass over their homes. And wherever He did not see the blood, then the firstborn in that home would die, including in the land of Goshen. And so out of the Passover, we need to understand that God needs to see the blood applied to our lives in order for Him to pass over. And so when He would see the blood, He would pass over, and the plague would not be upon you to destroy you. So the first thing that we get out of the Passover is we need for God to see the blood. The second thing is if God would not have put that plague on Goshen, then the children of Israel would wanted to have stayed in Egypt. All of the Egyptians would have been afraid of them, right? And they would have probably not have kept them in bondage. They could have lived free, but in the land of Goshen. And God didn't want them to be free in the land of Goshen. He wanted them to be free in the land of promise. And sometimes we need something to happen major, because even as Christians we'll get comfortable where we are, but we need to be uncomfortable sometimes where we are so God can take us where we need to be. And God wanted the children of Israel to be in the land of promise. And you need to know on this Tuesday morning that God has a land of promise for you, so you don't need to be comfortable with where you are. Even if things are good, even if things are being taken care of, God always has something greater for us. And if God has to use something great to get you to your greater, then God will use that. Don't get comfortable with where you are when you have a land of promise waiting on you. God bless you this Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow morning.